My beloved child, you are receiving my message to you now, for I, the Lord your God, are giving you wisdom and revelation of one of the unimaginable things that I am doing across the earth. That doesn't get seen, but that is an absolutely intrinsic part of me, once again creating new heavens and new earth. My beloved, you may have heard a quote that says, God uses broken people like me and you to rescue broken people like me and you. Yes, I, the Lord your God, the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords, I use my chosen men, women and children, my disciples, to be my hands and feet, to go into the lives of people they have never met before, to be the one that shines light into their darkness, to be the one that I use to rescue that broken person from that darkness, from their pain, from their turmoil, from their unforgiveness, from their resentment, from their bitterness, from that total and utter brokenness. My beloved child, I implore you to desire each day, as you live your life, to be my hands and feet, to go when I ask you to go, to speak when I ask you to speak, to stay silent when I ask you to stay silent, to go over to people who you have never met before, to share with them a message of knowledge about them that my Spirit will reveal to you. To go over to that person to tell them how much I love them, that I surrendered my life on the cross to save their life, that they are chosen and not forsaken. My beloved child, never, ever underestimate the impact on someone else's life you can have by showing that person love, by empathizing with that person, by being there for that person to listen to them, by offering to pray for that person. Now, my beloved child, I am going to reveal to you another absolutely intrinsic part of my divine plan of what I started in early 2020. In previous years, but increasingly so since early 2020, I have been using broken people, whom I haven't yet set free. Broken people who have lived their life in sin. Broken people who haven't believed in me. Broken people who haven't been living with faith. Broken people who themselves are carrying pain and trauma and suffering from experiences in their life. Broken people who, because of the pain and suffering they've experienced, because of how they have seen how people can hurt other people, how people can be so evil. These broken people, who are all in the palm of my hand, have, due to their life experiences, developed empathy towards other broken people. These broken people aren't just living in their own bubble. They aren't just living self-centeredly. Because of the pain that they are carrying, because of the chains to their past they are carrying, because of the suffering they've experienced, they can empathize with, they can relate to, and they can show love to other broken people. These broken people walking the earth, before I lift the veil, before the scales fall from their eyes, before I, the Lord your God, give them the eyes to see and ears to hear, they are, without them realizing it, being my hands and feet, for they are broken people who I have been using to rescue broken people. I, the Good Shepherd, the true vine, the light of the world, I am using broken people to bring some of my love into the broken lives, into the heartache, into the pain, into the trauma, into the suffering of other broken people. My beloved child, are you now gaining a greater understanding, a greater appreciation, a greater comprehension, and are you gaining revelation that I, the Lord your God, I allow everything that takes place across the earth. I allow all the suffering. I allow for all the pain. I allow for all the trauma. I allow for there to be ungodly leaders and rulers in place across the earth. I allow every single thing that takes place across the earth, for I, the sovereign Lord. One use broken people to rescue broken people? So firstly, I rescue broken people from the very depths of their despair, from the deepest of waters, by them experiencing a touch of love, of care, of compassion and empathy from someone else. Whether that someone else is already in a relationship with me, or isn't yet in a relationship with me, but then I, the Lord your God, having rescued that person from their absolute darkness and desolation. Once I, the Lord your God, suddenly set them free. Once I suddenly lift the veil. Once I suddenly remove the scales from their eyes. Once I suddenly give that broken person the eyes to see and the ears to hear. They will suddenly begin to comprehend that I, the Lord your God, I truly do work in all things throughout their entire life for good. For they now love me, and they will now begin living their life according to my purpose. They will then begin living their life worthy of the calling that they have received. Throughout history, I, the Lord your God, have taken some of the most broken people, some of the most sinful people, some of the most damaged people, and I have used these people mightily to bring heaven down to earth. I have used these people, and I will continue to use these people that have been at absolute, total rock bottom. I will be using them more and more to continue my worldwide reformation that I began at the beginning of 2023, when the past age began to fade away, and a new age began. Yes, my beloved, look around at the nations. Look and be amazed. For I am doing something in your own day, something you wouldn't even believe even if someone told you about it. Hear this, you leaders of the people. Listen, all who live in the land. In all your history, have you ever seen anything like this before? Tell your children about it in the years to come, and tell your children to tell their children. Pass this story down, of my worldwide reformation that I began in early 2023. Pass this story down from generation to generation, says I, the Sovereign Lord.